welcome to a special Lancaster beer excursion episode of
Brutal Battle. Not Lancaster County, Lancaster City, but I guess both.
It is in Lancaster County, though.
Right, yeah, exactly. But I mean, they're both considered within Lancaster City.
Yeah.
So that's why it's specific. Now, we actually hit a third brewery up at this point, but that's not in Lancaster. That's Poor Man's Brewing. And so we're going to do a separate episode excursion for just Poor Man's Brewing, especially because we had a few beers. We actually brought home a mixed 4-pack from them, and from the two breweries we have for this one, which are Our Town and Cartel, we only got one beer from each of them, and part of that's just because, A, we're trying to, limit how much beer we're buying because of fridge space, B, we're not drinking as much beer as we used to, and C, we only really wanted one from each of them.
Yeah, and Cartel only did crowlers, so we're like...
Yeah, that's another thing.
Really didn't want... And then Our Town, we could only do... We only had 4-packs.
Yeah, only 4-packs. So the nice thing is, Poor Man's had, you could buy singles or do mixed 4-packs. So, these did not. But anyway, we'll talk about each one as we go through it. And the first one we're going to talk about was, of the two, the first one we went to, which is Our Town Brewing in Lancaster. So you want to start the beer first and then we'll talk about them?
Sure.
Okay. So this is in a 16-ounce can. This is one that Rebecca liked quite a bit. When we had it.
Really glad to see it. It was in 4-packs because we only did one plate there, and this was my favorite.
Okay, so this one that we got is Pride Parade, because when we went there, it's around Pride time. This is their Raspberry Petite IPA. It is 4.2% alcohol, and it's basically a session IPA with raspberries put into it. That's the petite aspect, is session. The hops in it are Strata, the malt is Pilsner, and the yeast is Voskvike.
I just love the petite.
Petite. Oh, man. All right, here we go.
You get it? I know, you just cut your nails.
Yeah, I know, it's tough. Oh, they really fill these cans. Good on that. There's no oxygen at the top for the most part. I mean, good job filling these cans. Excellent.
It's such a pretty color.
It is. Man, my pores suck right now. Or my two pores. Okay, anyway.
Like a light pink.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously pretty hazy because, there's all that raspberry in there. And they didn't filter it looks like, so. Yeah, it's pinkish, but it's like a drab pink, pretty much, but.
Yeah, it's not bright.
A little bit of head hanging out on the top.
You definitely get the raspberry.
Yeah. But I also get the Strata hops coming through as well. There is a bit of a citrusy brightness that's behind that raspberry smell. It smells good.
Yeah, it's you get a lot of the berry.
Yeah, it definitely smells like what it is. It's not just all berry or all hops. It definitely smells like it is a fruited IPA. There's a decent enough bitterness in the end of the sniff that lets you know there's probably a decent backbone to it. Or that bitterness to kind of contrast any sweetness, which I like. But I love the aromatics of those hops and raspberry coming together. It's very, very good on the nose. Great nose. Yeah. All right. You tried it?
I just love the taste because it's just so light. And
it's very light.
You get a lot of the berry. It just is yummy.
Yeah. It's very light and easy. Like I said, on the nose, there was a decent enough bitterness. I am tasting that bitterness, but it's not overpowering anything. It's kind of complementing it. And actually, for me, what it does is it kind of clears my palate at the end of each sip to kind of set it up to re-experience the beer on the next sip.
It's just well-rounded. You kind of get that roller coaster of all the different flavors all at once. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. I mean, it's plenty of that raspberry, but not a lot. And it's not actually that sweet.
No.
And then it's that nice kind of citrus note from the Strata.
And you get a little sweetness from the berry, but a little tartness from the berry.
Yeah, very, very slight, but yes. Totally
Did you
agree.
say what the ABV was?
Yeah. 4.2.
4.2. I love it.
And that's another great thing about it, because we've been trying to keep, on the lower ABV. But, yeah. There's a little bit of, an earthiness from the hop character as well. Not quite piney, but just a little kind of herbal, earthy tone to it or earthy note to it that I'm thinking it's blending in well with the raspberry and the citrus and all that jazz. So anyway, As I sip on this, Rebecca's going to talk about, because I don't have my phone with me, she does. She's going to go over through Untapped what we had while we were there. And if you're friends with us on Untapped at this point, you would already know what we had. And you can follow us on Untapped. I am all one word, Carlton Malibu, as it sounds. And she is...
Ruby Reb 62.
Yes. So, anyway, what did we have at our time?
So, we had a flight of 4. So, we did the Pride Parade, which we're drinking now.
Yes.
We did the Proper Pills.
Which is a solid Pills.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of a hoppy note to it, but it wasn't like a super hopped Pilsner. Decently clean, had enough flavor to it. It was decent. We were good with that one.
The flavor text says it's one of our favorite styles that pairs beautifully with almost all foods and occasions.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then we had their Clarity, which was a West Coast IPA.
That was okay.
Yeah.
That was just okay. I felt like, I don't know, there wasn't enough flavor to it, really. It seemed a little, I don't know, weak as a beer.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard because you'll hear when we do our recording for Poor Man's, but like coming off of Poor Man's, which we really liked everything.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, there are a couple things we don't like, which is pretty typical when we go to a brewery. You know, you find things you like, you find things you don't like.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then the last one we really didn't like at all, which was their barrel-aged G&T, which is a barrel-aged sour. So it was a kettle sour aged in gin barrels with fresh lime zest and lime juice.
It was all gin.
Yeah.
Like, it was straight up just barrel. I tasted a little, like, sour funkiness to it, but it was just all gin barrel.
Yeah.
And
we didn't finish that one.
Yeah. We took a few sips and we're like, no, we do not like this at all. I don't know why they put that on tap, to be honest. I mean, it's good for people who just want to drink gin, straight up, pretty much. But it's not a good beer.
You feel like when you ordered that, I went to the bathroom while you ordered it. He didn't say anything to you.
No. I mean, he told me what it was because I asked.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't say anything.
I feel like when you, like, with a beer like that, like, I feel like you need to, like...
prep someone?
Yeah,
and be like, it's heavy on the booziness. It's heavy on the spirit character.
It's only 6.2%, though.
Yeah. I mean,
which is surprising. All of their beers were pretty low in ABV.
I will say this. Like, the bartender was nice. He did his job, but he also was more concerned about getting on his phone, is what it seemed like. Yeah.
He wasn't like...
He wasn't attentive.
He wasn't... He didn't care about our experience, really. He was there, like, here's the beer.
Do the task.
Yeah, here's the beer. Do you want food? Okay, here's your food.
Yeah. I mean, he took care of what we needed taken care of, but he's not, like, an exceptional bartender in the sense of, like, hey, do you have any questions? You want me to walk you through the tap list? You know, like, anything.
Have you
like,
been here before?
Right, exactly. None of that. It was just kind of like, you know, what can I get you? Okay, there you go. Have a good day. And that was pretty much it. So it's like, okay. So not the greatest, like, bartending experience, but, you know, it is what it is.
It was fine.
He wasn't mean or anything. So
no.
And we got food there. We did get food.
I don't mean to... I wish we could have... I'm going to read what else they had on tap that we did not try. Yeah. So this was what they had in bottles. I wish we could have tried this. The barrel-aged sangria sour. Kettle sour aged in Syrah barrels for 11 months and conditioned on raspberry, blueberry, cranberry, apple, orange, lime, and lemon. I think that could have been interesting.
Yeah, it could have. Definitely.
We did not try the Press On New England IPA. The Realist, the Dreamer and the Realist, which was a Belgian wit. Chin Music, which was a spring lager. Pull Up a Chair, which is a brown ale. Quiet Corner, which was a dark mild. Light After Dark, which was a Schwartz beer. And then Trapped Inside, which is the Belgian triple. So that Belgian triple was 10%, but everything else is like they have one that's, the dark mild is only 3.8%.
Oh, nice.
Like everything else was like 6% or lower.
Yeah. If we weren't having more that day, we probably would have tried more of their stuff. So we may have found even more stuff that we did enjoy. Yeah. But it's just what it is. But we got food while we were there, and I had like an appetizer of like lemon hummus, and that was good. And it came with like celery, carrots, and pita chips, and it was good hummus. I enjoyed that. And then I had barbacoa tacos, which the tacos weren't that great. Like, the barbacoa meat was okay, and it did have a really good, like, spicy sauce on top with some sweet corn, and those were good components. My biggest issue with the tacos was there was so much iceberg lettuce on it that it was like 50% iceberg lettuce. And then the rest of the ingredients, which just doesn't... It ends up not tasting that great. Plus, in my opinion, personally, I think that iceberg lettuce is like the most garbage lettuce possible. It does nothing for anything except water it down. So, wasn't a big fan of tacos. They were fine enough. Hummus, good. And what did you have in your thoughts?
I was trying to find... They don't have it on the menu anymore. Their menu's changed a little bit. I had a Korean barbecue sandwich.
Yeah.
With a side salad. It was good.
Yeah.
It was solid. It wasn't like the best food I've ever had, but it wasn't like terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
They had like a decent menu. They had shrimp tacos, soft pretzel with mustard, soft pretzel with beer cheese, buffalo chicken dip, some burgers, grilled cheese, garlic parmesan chicken pita. Then they had some desserts.
Decent enough brewery.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like not go back, but I don't know if I would go out of my way to go back.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. I got it. Okay. Well, then that takes us to the next brewery we went to after that, which was our last one of the day, and that was Cartel Brewing and Blending. And for them, we have a 24-ounce crowler, which we do have to take exception. It says they have 32-ounce crowlers on their website, but they gave us a 24-ounce crowler, which honestly I didn't know was a thing. Rebecca did not know was a thing.
I pulled this out and I was like, this is definitely smaller.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it like when we got it, but like pulling it out of the fridge before we started recording, I was like, huh.
So the beer we have is 7%, and the name of it is, do you remember?
I have to look it up. Do you remember?
Thanks for lunch, bruh.
Okay.
And you'll just have to, since you have it on Untapped, you'll have to say what it is. Because since it's a crowler, they don't have the information.
I'm just going to their website. It is a peanut butter and jelly IPA.
Yep.
And it is a collaboration with our friends at Shaler Brewing.
I don't know what that means.
Did you say...
I don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are either. Did you say it's 7%?
Yes, 7%. I did. And it looks like the Pride Parade. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Although I think it looks a bit darker.
Yeah.
My pour was better on that one. Like, way better. It's, like, right on point. Okay. So we had this while we were there, and it's very interesting. Like, at first we were like, peanut butter and jelly IPA? I don't know.
I was like, I have to try it.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Although we did pass on the root beer cream ale.
Yeah. I kind of wish we would have tried it, but...
We could have.
I know.
I mean, I was down to try it, but you were too,
I was like, there's too many other things, like, I think I would like more. You're getting this big sniff.
I sniffed it, and I just smell like straight peanut butter.
It's so peanut buttery.
But it's not like peanut butter, it's more like the peanut butter powder, you know? But strong peanut smell, which is good. Like, I love peanut butter stuff.
If you sniff through it, I'm getting a little of the berry.
Yeah, I get a little bit of it, but the peanut is so strong that it just destroys, for the most part, that boysenberry. It's boysenberry in there, right?
I have to look.
Is it boysenberry or blackberry? I think it's boysenberry, though. But yeah. But, I mean, that's...
Blackberry.
Okay, blackberry. That's primarily what I smell, is just peanut.
It's mostly peanut butter, but there is a little berry.
Yeah, slight berry. But that's it.
It smells good, though. I like it. It smells good.
It does. All right, going in. A lot of peanut. A lot of peanut.
And you get like I'm getting a tartness from the berry.
Yeah, it's very slight. It's right after you're done experiencing, well, I was going to say done experiencing the peanut, but it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like lingering in your mouth. It's got a decent bitterness on the finish.
It does. That's what I was just going to say.
Which is throwing me off just because typically when I'm having this type of flavor, that peanut flavor in beer, it's sweeter. You know, it's maltier, it's sweeter. And there is not a bitterness like that. So it's weird. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just odd. But the peanut flavor is really good.
It's an interesting beer. It's hard because, like, all their beers, I think their beers overall were better than our town.
Yeah, I would say so.
But if I had to pick one beer I liked the best, it was Pride Parade.
Yeah, I would agree. Between these two, yes, definitely I like the Pride Parade more, especially because of the fact that the peanut butter and jelly IPA is unbalanced.
Yeah.
I don't get a whole lot of the actual jelly. If you gave this to someone and had them taste it blindfolded, they would not say that there's any like real fruitiness to it. It would just be like, oh, all I get is peanut butter. Yeah. So just like, but it's good. It tastes good. So yeah. But what else did we have while we were there?
Okay. We had their little bump with El Dorado, which was a hoppy American blonde.
I liked that a lot.
It was good.
That was quite good.
And that was only 4.5%.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite. I really enjoyed it.
We should have got that in the Crowler then.
Well, I'll let you pick. It was fine.
I picked the most like unique one we had.
Yeah, that's fine. But that little bump was really good. I really liked it.
We had Cash Drop, which was a double IPA.
Yeah, it was okay. I was on that. It was too resiny.
Yeah, it was.
Without having much of any other flavor to kind of balance it out. It was, yeah.
We had their Mug Club, which is a cream ale.
Yeah, and that was fine.
We had the Thanks for the Lunch Bra. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think we had Cash Drop. I think we had Respect Your Elders.
Yeah, Respect Your Elders.
That was the West Coast IPA.
Yes, and that's the one we were like, it's too resiny. Yes. Okay.
We were debating on which one to get.
Right.
We had the Manganero, which was the Mango Habanero Sour.
That was pretty solid.
That was solid.
Yeah, I was down with that. A decent amount of heat to it, but not too much at all, and you definitely got a lot of mango to it. I would have liked to see it be a bit more actually sour.
Yeah.
But pretty good. I enjoyed it. And what else?
We had their Maiden, which was a coconut coffee porter.
That was pretty good. The coconut, you could tell, wasn't like actual coconut. It was like a coconut flavoring is how it came off. Very strong, though. So if you like coconut flavor and stuff, you'd probably really like that. I thought it was pretty solid. I was down with it.
Did we have their English mild? The Public?
Yes.
Okay.
It was okay. It was kind of unimpressive. It was just kind of like, okay, it's kind of like a malty light beer. There wasn't a whole lot to it. Wasn't big on it.
And then we had their Watermelon Punch, which was their Watermelon Berliner Weiss.
And that was...
It was okay. It's just, like, for me, watermelon... I wanted to try it because it was different.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do that, because I knew I wasn't going to like it. Because I just don't like water... Like, I like watermelon, but a lot of watermelon-flavored things isn't tasty.
So it had a bit of, like, a Watermelon Jolly Rancher flavor to it, but it was really watered down. Like, it was very thin, didn't have enough body to it. Like, the flavor was pretty watered down, in my opinion, so... And once again, kind of like the Manganero, I wanted more of like an actual tartness or sourness to it. So, but yeah. But, we enjoyed trying that stuff.
Yeah.
And they did have a food truck there, but we did not get the food because obviously we had already eaten. So yeah. But as far as venue, like places go, we didn't really comment on our town. Like, they have a very commercial feel. In our town.
Pretty like
downtown commercial brewery feel to them. Although the thing I did like is they have like all their brewing equipment out in the open, so you can watch them brew, which is cool. I do like that aspect of it. At Cartel, they're very small.
Yeah,
very small. Not a whole lot of seating on the inside.
Small bar, a few tables.
Yeah, super, super small. And then they were supposed to have a beer garden they just opened, and we asked them, we were like, how do we get to the beer garden? Because we didn't see it. And the bartender's like, it's 3/4 of a mile down the road. And I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, so how do we get the beer there? Like, I don't understand.
So I guess it's just like a completely separate venue, which wasn't very clear on like social media or anything like that.
No. It's kind of like the 32-ounce crowlers on their social media. Like, then they give you 24-ounce. It's like, something's not
like,
connecting here.
There's like 3 picnic tables outside, and then like a wooden spool.
Yeah. It was
probably like electrical wire was on it or something.
Odd.
Yeah, very small. Kind of like hipster feel.
Yeah, a little hipstery. Yeah. But very small. Yeah. Nice bathroom, though.
Yeah,
I will say that. A nice big bathroom. And 1-ply toilet paper, but it's quilted. So
how do you remember that?
because I went to the bathroom.
Well, I did too, but I don't remember.
I always look at the toilet paper because I'm always interested to know, like, how much money are they putting into this? Because for me personally, like, whenever I go somewhere, if I need to use toilet paper, I don't like I think poorly of the establishment if they're just throwing really terrible one-ply in there.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had, like, quilted one-ply, it's a bit softer. Okay. I was like, okay. It's like, thank you. So, yeah. But anyway. But that, those are our thoughts on our town and Cartel. And I'm very excited to talk about Poor Man's Brewing because, like we said, we had a really good time there. The beers were really good. And we will have 2 beers on for that one. But we'll talk about all the other stuff we tried. And we'll have 2 additional beers that we will enjoy in our free time.
Yep.
But anyway, thanks everyone for checking this out. I'm not going to do all the social medias and stuff. We do that enough. But thanks everyone for checking this out. Until next time.
Keep it brutal.